What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Samson Dauda and his physique update. So the man is looking so damn big at 10 weeks out of this year's Miss Olympia. I mean the overall development of his muscles. They make his head look small. So Samson right now must be easily above 300 pounds. And he looks to be in such a good spot right now, especially in terms of conditioning with 10 more weeks to go. So at some point during this prep, Samson will be moving back to Kuwait. He is gonna go back to Oxygen Gym to finish his prep. But right now, the way he has been progressing in his lifts, getting stronger and better with every passing day, that is just supreme. So he's choosing to stay at home, training at his hometown gym. And there is a big advantage of him being at home. His wife is the one who's coaching him for this one. So she can track his progress every single day. And they can make changes accordingly. So how many times have we said this? Samson needs to bring that next level of conditioning that we have never seen from him before. And if he is able to do that, if he can close that conditioning gap between him and Nick Walker and Hadi Chopin and Derek, then he will be fighting for Mr. Olympia title this year. So last year, Samson wasn't even close to either Hadi or Derek, especially in terms of conditioning at the Olympia stage. But still, the man was able to place top 3 in the world. So there are certain physiques in the world who are put up together so damn well that they do not have to be in the best possible condition to place very high at big shows like the Arnold and the Olympia. And Samson Dauda is definitely one of those physiques. But then again, I have to say placing high and winning the Olympia, they are two different things. And to win the Olympia, he needs to close that conditioning gap. He needs to dig deeper, he needs to suffer more, which we do not know how. Because it's not like Milos was feeding him a lot of food while he was in prep with him. The man was eating only 3 whole eggs for months during the prep. And what will change from Ohio to UK this year, when Samson showed up in a better condition with more separation and more detailed, that is when they reduced the carbs even further, and they did not carb him up as hard as Milos did. So Samson has been looking extremely impressive throughout this prep, and I think this will be the best version of Samson on the Olympia stage. So Nick Walker could have just ignored this question that one of his fans asked to him about the winning Miss Olympia Derek Lunsford. When Derek made this statement in his last YouTube video, that nobody out there is more hungry than the champ himself. And that is why he 100% believe that he is gonna successfully defend his title. But the thing is, Nick did reply to this.
Them boys are hungry, but they don't want it. Not even close like this guy does. I promise you that.
No, it actually makes me chuckle.
And it's out there in the open now for the bodybuilding fans to react. So some of this trash talk between the competitors, that is really good. It generates more hype. It generates more engagement for the Olympia. It hype ups the event even more. Just like when 3 of these guys trained together a few weeks ago, and Derek made a joke that Samson Dauda and Nick Walker, they're fighting for 3rd place. And I have to say that wasn't Derek being cocky. He was stating facts there, especially from last year's Miss Olympia. And the thing is, whenever we have moments like this, it leads to more fan engagement. The fans get invested more in the upcoming battle, and in turn, that hypes up the Olympia even more. So Nick Walker is also aware of the chatter that's been going around, where he isn't even being considered a potential threat to this year's Miss Olympia title. And he has put himself in a box for the next 10 weeks to prove everyone wrong.
Listen, they counted me out on my Olympia debut. They counted me out when I got 3rd. I mean, they counted me out last year, you know, until the picks came out. And then they were like, oh, he could have won this one. Blah. It'll be no different for me this year. So they can keep counting me out. And I'll just keep doing what I do best.
And I have to say, people really aren't hating on Nick when they count him out. Their opinion is based on the Neo Pro outcome, where Nick was able to beat Martin Fitzwater, but only marginally. And that is why so many people think that he won't be able to place top 3 at this year's Miss Olympia. But do let me know what you guys think. Next up, we have an update from Behrooz Tabani, just a few days after winning Dubai Pro Show. And that too quite convincingly. Although you have to give props to William Barnack, because as per the breakdown video by Tyler Mannion, William Barnack was actually able to beat Behrooz Tabani in 3 poses: the back double biceps, the side tricep, and the most muscular as well, which I was really surprised to hear. So William taking that most muscular, that is actually really insane, considering how big and huge and wide Behrooz Tabani is. And I think all of us can agree that is such a great shot for Behrooz Tabani. And although this was the best version of Behrooz Tabani so far in his career, where he had the best balance of upper and lower half, but Talmanian pointed that out multiple times, that Behrooz still needs to work more on his legs to be more combative at an elite level, like at the Olympia or at the Arnold. And that is why Milos himself, he took him to a leg workout to teach him some new stuff. So Behrooz was very close to winning 3 shows this year back to back, but he lost his first show of the season against William Barnack, and that was Emperor Classic Spain. And I believe if he would have brought that same package from Dubai at Spain as well, he would have won Spain Pro as well. So Behrooz really solidified himself as a potential top 10 Olympia finisher, but only if he's allowed to travel to the US and compete there. So Behrooz Tabani deserves to be on the Olympia stage this year in October. And the way Behrooz has gotten better and better from one show to the next, especially from 2021 to 2024, if he continues to work on his balance, he will be such a force in the future. The guys have already checked in for Tampa Pro that is going down tomorrow, and this is gonna be a great one. I believe every show from this point onwards, it will have great competitors trying to secure their Olympia qualification. So many great storylines as we head into this year's Tampa Pro. John De Rosa, who seems so close right now to finally tasting a victory for the very first time since 2019. And this man is definitely the favorite to win this show. Because first of all, he is a lot bigger than what we saw at this year's Arnold, 5 pounds heavier, and he is most probably going to be in that same, or maybe even better condition than what he brought at this year's Arnold, especially the one in Columbus. Muhammad Fadha, a rising young star, trying to win the second pro show of his career, and making it 2 for 2 this year. And the guy has unbelievable potential. And then we have Elad, the guy who just placed second at Chicago Pro, behind Muhammad Fadha. So he earned the respect of so many after bringing his best look to the stage so far at Chicago Pro. And he made everyone realize that he is the real deal. So these are most probably gonna be your top 3. But do not forget about Tim Woodisham, who is doing his 6th show of the season, and also his last show of 2024. And the man has been able to improve his look from every single show to the next one, starting from this year's New York Pro, all the way till Chicago Pro. So he would very much like to end this season at a very high note. So in Classic Physique division, we have 2 former Olympians fighting for the title here, Gabrielle and Fabione Sylvian. So Fabian is already qualified for this year's Miss Olympia. So he wants to test himself and see how he does in a much more deeper lineup. And he wants to go up against some of the top guys. Now Gabriel, on the other hand, he has qualified for the Olympia in the last 3 years in a row. So this isn't really a new thing for him. So I really want to see how Fabian compares against Gabriel, because Fabian is a tall guy, over 6 feet, and he looked extremely impressive in this recent update that he just posted. So Fabian might be able to compare very well against Gabriel, but he's gonna lose a lot of the ground in the back shorts, especially the back double biceps, because Gabriel's back, that is extremely impressive, one of the best out there. And this man never misses his mark when it comes to peaking, when it comes to bringing the next level of conditioning. So in men's physique, we have Sadik Hadzovic, who came in way off for Chicago Pro this year, and he is ready to redeem himself in Tampa Pro. So all of the updates that Sadik posted post-contest, after this year's Chicago Pro, he looked extremely impressive in every single one of those updates. So it seems like either they miscalculated his peak, or things just did not go his way after that weight-making process. So Sadik will be aiming to secure his Olympia spot this weekend. So let's see what kind of a look he brings this time. And also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.